I was going to say something sarcastic then because the band are in the green. We're in the green room and they're here now. I was going to say that's a load of shit, isn't it? But no, I didn't. I refrained from saying that. But that's Payola. Absolutely love that. The bio is right. Is that what it says? Yes, it says exactly what it says, and perfect. So we played their track. They're on screen now. So welcome, guys. I think I muted you both.
Hello.
There we go. yeah, I muted you both because sometimes people come on and they start rattling, thinking they're separate, but you're straight in the room and it doesn't. I get all this chatting going. How you doing?
Yeah, good thanks, mate. You?
Yeah. We're both done in the old Adidas.
Yeah, on tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Adidas. I can't even remember which one I'm saying now. Yeah, it's good. So tell us a bit about the band.
Yeah, so we've been going since about this time last year. Myself, Scott, and drummer Craig, and just started jamming together. We both all had a love of a similar kind of music, and very influenced by our kind of indie Britpop era stuff. But you know, saw some of the comments earlier. Want to borrow rather than steal it and copy it. Do you know what I mean? So influences and stuff like that.
You was watching, listening.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought I'd get my own work done and make sure I played to the crowd. Do you know what I mean?
Well, actually, I'll just stop you there. Lele Records who actually made that comment, and he's quite valid in his comment. He says that is nice and upbeat, in your face, in a little nice way. So that's what he's saying. There you go.
Cool. I'll take that all day long.
I like that. It is an upbeat tune, isn't it? It is one of those. Yeah. If that doesn't get you like moving a little bit wherever you are, then you might as well give up. Do you know what I mean? That's what gets to me. I like that. It's one of those tracks that'll get you. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah.
Cheers, man.
It's good. So you all met in a pub off Oxford Street, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was the first meeting where we all met up and basically cooked this plan together to take over the world, I suppose.
Brilliant. Hey, why not? Dream big. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Everyone needs to. I think sometimes a lot in life, we aim too low, and you know, it's like playing darts, isn't it? You aim slightly higher, and if you get somewhere in between where you are now and where you want it to be, hey, you've won, haven't you? So aim high. If you aim low, there's not much point, is there? You know what I mean? It's too easy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. So you're going to take over the world. You're going to be the best band ever. So you've got a couple of tracks out at the minute, haven't you?
Yeah, so we had we released our debut single, Born Out of Frustration, back in August, which is a bit different to the one you've just heard. A bit more riff-driven and stuff like that, proper like attention getter. And then The Way It All Begins, we just thought it had quite a bit of attitude. We did this whole thing like when we first started out about be there at the beginning. And it was a bit of a play on the whole be here now thing. But the thing that kind of got behind it, our first gig was the other week at the Spice of Life, and in Soho, and famously the Sex Pistols played at the Spice of Life in Soho, and it only holds over people, but apparently night. So you kind of think and say, well, I'll be there at the start before it kicks off and goes bigger. So that was our little play on words on that. So
nice.
The way it all begins fits into that, and it just felt like an opener straight away, opener for the set. So I thought, that's got to be the next single out then.
Yeah, you're right. I read your bio, and you do say your influences. That has definitely got a punk rock vibe, but with a modern slant on it, and I like that. I used to love punk rock and Sex Pistols, but those little venues, 100 people, it's absolutely brilliant because it's more intimate. It's better than playing in a 300 people's room and having 100 there. Does that make sense? So you're better off having So
agreed, yeah.
Miles better.
Yeah, you don't want to be playing at the bar staff, do you? Do you know what I mean?
No. Or the bar stands. Yes, whichever way around you want to call it. Because I've told this story before, but me and my lad went to see. We went down to Boardmasters years ago, and down in Cornwall, and we went in the afternoon. We saw Protégé, a reggae singer, right? And I was like to me, like, this guy's brilliant. My wife doesn't like it. She's like, I don't really like it. There's something about him. He's just awesome. And then a bit later on, about 12 months later, he was only a young lad. He went, I bought us tickets to go and watch Protégé in Birmingham. So let's go and watch him. Really good. Goes into the venue, only a small one. And we went to the front of the stage. Says, won't be able to stay here all night. We did. it wasn't packed out. And that guy now is absolutely massive. He's massive around the world. So it's nice to be there at the beginning, like you're saying. So for people that's come and watch you, and as you progress, go, I saw them when they were in the, 100 people there.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. And I think when a band first starts, they're a bit rawer. You know what I mean? As time goes on, and I think sometimes the best stuff is the initial. You know what I mean? The initial stuff is some of the best.
Yeah, I think the idea was to give ourselves a little bit of a buzz around it as well, you know. So it was, as I say, the gig was on Friday night. It was absolutely packed, standing room only. We had the majority of the crowd. So, yeah, and just off to a great start. So, yeah, I'm buzzing for the year forward.
Excellent. Well, we've got a question here, and this is often comes in from Lee Lane Records. Which football team do they support?
West Ham.
I don't. So he's a hammer, and I don't support a football team. I support 11 idiots that wind me up every Saturday. So for my sins, I'm a season ticket holder at Spurs. So yeah, I feel I'm part of a social experiment being a season ticket holder at Spurs. To be brutally honest with you.
Well, you've got a yeah. You ask that question a lot, and then one of the questions obviously. Oh, mind you've only done one gig, so it's really not very good. But think about it for next time.
It's all right.
Because I normally ask you what disasters have you had? Did you have any disasters at your first gig? What went wrong? Did anything go wrong or not to plan?
No, it's very boring, but everything can't seem to hit off, no problem at all.
Oh, it's no good, that.
I'm sorry, man. I've had disasters in other gigs. I can tell you about them. But it's
well,
really
when you do some more gigs, drop us a video message to Janice just saying, right, this is for the Dustbin Show. Because we've had some. And it's a good one for you because at the time when some shit happens, it could be anything. Like you turn up and there's no mic stand or there's no equipment or you're playing next to the pool table, whatever. At the time, you'll be mortified, fed up about it, but you know what? In a few months after, years after, that'll be something you really remember and you'll giggle to. So. Oh, here we go. Another all serious questions on this show. I've got one here. It says, "Who wears the best socks?"
I'm going to go Robbie. I think Robbie's got the best socks.
What does Robbie wear? Does he wear wild socks?
Yeah, he's quite a wild character, so yeah, I'm going Robbie for the socks.
Yeah, I'd said to.
I've
only got mustard ones on at me, but I normally have faces on or googly eyes or stuff like that. I mean, it comes from corporate world because I used to have to wear shirt and tie and all the rest of it and be really prim and proper. But the rebel in me wore the most ridiculous socks I could. And then sometimes I'd buy ridiculous ties, like ties with sheep on and stuff like that, just to take the piss. Do you know what I mean? That's what I used to do. So. That's might be why I don't work in corporate world. I've no idea. So what do you all do for work? You're gainfully employed, I presume. No. Do you get that? Have we lost them?
Hello?
I said, what do you all do for work?
Oh, I'm an engineer.
Oh, in what field? What do you engineer?
In aerospace, so like aircraft and stuff like that.
Wow. That's interesting. Wow.
It sounds interesting. It's really not. Trust
me.
You
rock with that, mate. That's an absolute brilliant one. That it's. I love that. What about yourself?
I'm a project manager.
Oh yeah, very good. What on?
Yeah. So I'm a project manager. I work for the Samaritans charity. So yeah, I'm a project manager for them.
Wow. I was going to say something sarcastic, but I better not. Yeah. It could be quite touchy, couldn't it?
You can't now, can you?
I tell you what. So you're not on the front end of it. Are you dealing with all the calls and that? And what have you? You're not doing that, are you? Or did you start?
No, that's I mean, being a Spurs fan, I do ring them every now and then. But no.
Love it.
But no, in all seriousness, all the calls are done by volunteers, so that's all volunteer led, and they're fantastic what they do. So
yeah, and I'll
hats off to them and all that.
I do take the piss out of a lot of stuff, and I have a bit of a laugh, and I've got a bit of a dark humour. But we've covered it loads of times with bands and things, and mental health is bad, and a lot of men take their own lives, and it's absolutely it's criminal, and often for the stupidest things that they think there's no way. I know some, well, I won't say, and they're quite personal, and he was in a relationship and they had a business, and his business failed and killed himself.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
it's terrible. It's
It's
terrible.
just
Yeah.
like, what's that all about? It was really successful, went down the tubes, and so did he. And you think, shocking. So if anyone's listening to this and they feel down in the dumps, we all get there. We've all been there at some point. Go and speak to someone. And all too often, men don't cry. Men are not allowed to show their emotions. Go and find someone that you can talk to. And if you've not got anyone to talk to like that, guess who you can ring? Not Ghostbusters, the Samaritans. So there you go. So that's our little thing. So there you go. Right. Oh yeah. We'll have to bring the tone back up again after that. Oh, good. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, wonderful. So, did you say you got some more gigs planned? Did you say you got some in the pipeline?
Yeah. So our next gig is at the Waiting Room in Stoke Newington on April the 5th. It's part of it's Listen to the Music. Mark Speller's showcase event. So we're supporting the Hazy Sundays, who are a brilliant band.
Yeah,
and
we played them. Yeah.
Yeah, the Billow Backers, I think, are opening the show. So yeah, we're there on Saturday, April 5th. Tickets are available on Sea Tickets. Oh no, it's not Sea Tickets. Ignore me. Sorry, Skiddle. All the links are on our bios and stuff like that. So, or social. Sorry. So yeah, come check us out. Good.
Wonderful.
Be a top night. Should take the roof off.
Yeah, it sounds good. And what I like about it, you've got the confidence. Just a couple of tracks out, and you sound like you know where you want to go, what you want to produce, which is good. If you keep producing stuff like that, you got to build a fan base. So how's your socials going? Your social promoting? Do you do a lot of social media promotion, or how do you do your promoting?
So yeah, we mainly on socials. We've got to get a bit better at it, because it's one of those things. Is every band on here is trying to use socials to get noticed, to promote gigs, and so you need to do. I'm not a fan of doing content for content's sake.
Yeah.
But you've got to be hot on it, really, and I think that's something that we probably need to look at and work on a bit more. I think what we're doing is fine, and we've got a decent number of followers. Nothing outrageous yet, but I think it's trying to cut through the noise. Me and Scotty could go and record the next like Sergeant Pepper, but unless you tell anyone about it, no one's going to know, are they? So.
No, yeah, it's important. That's why I asked you, because I talk a lot about it, and it's that connection with the people. So there's a couple of bands that we've had on here, so I've got a sort of link with them anyway, and I follow them on social, and I go, oh, well, what they're doing is bloody brilliant, and some of they could do all sorts of stuff. You're right. Don't just create for content's sake, but people want to see that human side, and they want to see what you're doing. Maybe some of your rehearsals, or we've got this going, or but we just found this, or we're talking about whatever it is. I think you'll find there's an interest in it, and that's how you can build a following. We had that conversation today, me and Eddie, about some of our shows, and yes, we get people coming on, and we get a lot of people. Some of my clips from the shows get. I've got one clip from an interview I did last week, and it's got like 5,000 views on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? That's amazing. So what you're hoping for with your social media is that 1 or 2%. So 1 or 2% from a 5,000 video should get you some more followers or more people behind you, and it just grows and grows and just snowballs. So yeah, definitely get on your socials if you can. That's it. That's a good one, because obviously you list the genre. What's your favourite genre of music? So you list your influences as a band. So both of you tell us You've got 2 questions here in one. What is your favourite genre of music? And secondly, what is your most hated genre? And that's a strong word. Hated genre of music.
I'd say probably favourite for me is probably like indie.
Yeah.
Most hated, probably hip hop or something like that. I don't know.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's not everyone's cup of tea, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think again, it sounds boring for me to say, but I think definitely indie, that kind of, especially that Britpop era. That's kind of just massive in shaping the music I like. And I mean, I like all kinds of music, starting from whatever my dad had on in the car, like, and as you get older, you discover your own stuff. But that indie Britpop kind of scene, my most hated kind of music. I don't want to say pop, but I'm going to say pop.
Yeah,
but
I know what you
I
mean.
think it's really hard to do good pop. And good pop is fantastic music.
Yeah.
It really is. But manufactured vocal sounds like it's come through an electronic auto tune, just the same beats and videos to match, and it just like nails down my blackboard, man. I can't be doing with it.
Yeah, I agree with you, because what's happened, I've seen a lot of talk about it and videos and people explaining, and there's a few reasons. One reason is if you're a 5-piece, that's more expensive to get people doing whatever. I'm talking about individual artists. Get you paid, get you to gigs and all the rest of it. It's easier to deal with one. And I just can't believe why the industry's gone that way. And, I think that the popularity of things like the X Factor have done that. And it just seems people consume it. I think it's quite lazy, but that's what the industry's pumping out. Everyone's absorbing it and getting on with it. And you think, wow.
And that's what I mean. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. You put a gun to my head, I could tell you a tune. God's honest, but she's clearly talented. She clearly writes tunes, and so fair enough. I've got time and respect for that, and she's got some longevity about her. But as you're saying, most pop just doesn't have that. It's that quick. It's a microwave meal. It's a popcorn tune. It's a
you're right.
It's a shake and bake. So
yeah, and unfortunately, everyone's on. It's like Uber for music, innit?
Yeah.
Uber music.
Yeah, definitely.
We should call it a new genre, Uber music. But we obviously do this show, and Johnny spends hours putting it all together, and then a track like yours, you put it on. And straight away you're like, oh yeah, this is giving me a vibe. It's not like, oh yeah, this is all right. It's like, yes, I love this. There's loads of tracks like that, because a lot of the time when I'm doing the show, I might pre-listen to the playlist, but a lot of times I don't, and I'm hearing it for the first time, and I go, yeah, wow, this is good. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like that because I'm getting the same experience that the listeners are getting when I'm playing it. If that makes sense. Some of the bands that we repeatedly play that we know, straight away I know the vibe, I know what they sound like, and that's fine. But I like to listen to it for the first time a lot of times, so I get the same impact. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So what's the plans for the rest of the year? Are you going to be releasing more tracks? Are you going to be doing an EP every 5 weeks, or what? Like our last week's guest we're going to do, Mental.
Still take space.
Yeah, we're actually recording our next single this weekend coming,
right?
Which will be the third single, and then we're just doing gigs basically all up till September. I think we're booked up till more or less at the moment.
Cool. So what's the vibe?
Like 1 a month, right?
So what's the vibe on the next single? What's that going to be like? Is that more like the last track on it? Excuse me. What's that going to be like?
I'd say it's a bit more rock and roll, this one, although it does have a lot of punk again in it. But I think it's probably going to be the best single we've done so far.
Wow.
I mean, I've kind of got to say that night, but...
We'll find out, because when you release it, we'll have it on the show and we'll take a straw poll and see what people think.
Yeah, why not?
Is it any good? Is it better than this? So... Great, that'd be great. That'd be great content, that, guys. Great content. We're bringing this track out. Is this better than this? Leela Records are saying one of our recent posts got 57 views on X. So it doesn't always work, does it? And then it's mad how some stuff pops and some stuff doesn't pop, and it's just absolutely crazy. It's absolutely insane. Let's see if we've got any more questions. I'll try to think if there's anything else. Oh, I'll tell you what. The one that I've not asked for a few weeks. If there was a zombie apocalypse, yeah. Which band member would die first?
Oh, I feel hard for saying it, but I think it's going to be Matt.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, see, I thought Matt because he's the quiet bass player, but the thing with quiet bass players is it's always the quiet ones who probably could be quite handy if it all kicks off. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know.
And he's tall, when he go on his shoulders.
You don't. Yeah. It's a good question.
I think Craig might be a bit too nice to survive in a zombie apocalypse. I think he's second, a bit too nice.
He's second.
Too much for a nice guy. I think you need a bit of a streak about you. So maybe Craig or Matt, I reckon.
What I like about that question, when we ask it generally, a lot of the time the band answer virtually instantaneously say the same person. It's absolutely brilliant. Even if all the band are there, they've all said the same thing straight away. And sometimes the person they say, "Go, yeah, probably would be." He probably wouldn't be. I think it's brilliant. The perception. You never know, do you? But anyway, a little tip for you people: if you ever come across a bear and you're with someone, a bear or a lion or something like that, you know you can't outrun them, can you? Just shoot your mate in the kneecap and run off. Sorted. There you go. There's a survival tip that you wouldn't get on Bear Grylls.
I'll take that with me for life. I will now. Yeah,
right.
Stay with me, Dave.
Shoot him in the leg. Shoot him in the leg, and off you go. See you later, mate. I'm out of here. It's crazy, isn't it? Brilliant. We don't. Anyway, that's all that. So, where's the best place for everyone to get hold of you if they want to interact with you? Go and find where your gigs are. Where do you hang out? And what's your what's your
probably Facebook and Instagram are probably the best. I'd say Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, it's we are Payola Music on Facebook. Payola Music UK. You'd think I should know off the top of my head, wouldn't you?
Don't matter, that's fine. I'm not asking that question. Because they're always interested. Where does the name Payola come from?
So what that name was is back in the day, I think it was like from the 60s or something like that. The bands used to pay, like their record labels used to pay like radio DJs a sum of money so they get their records played, and that was called a payola payment. And that's where we took it from.
Oh, right. Well,
what's that called?
We'll send the invoice in the post then. Well, you don't think that's...
It's an ironic name, we're skint, really.
Yeah, well, I am as well. You don't think that's happening now as well, dear? Because it is. Do you know what I mean? That's why the industry push it, and that's why there's, it's never been easier for bands to produce music, get it out there, has it? Because you could do it in your bedroom if you wanted to. But I think it's also never been as difficult. I think it's tough as well. It's a real tough thing, but do it because you love it. Right, what I'm going to do... I think
it's tough to cut through. I think that's the thing.
It is tough to cut through, but I think
it's tough to cut through.
I think bands can still make a living and do it right and make something out of it and enjoy it and cover the costs. And if you can get to that point, then I think you're doing damn good. Do you know what I mean? Which is great. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut you loose in a second. But before I do, can one of you say, this is Payola, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio? I've got loads of these. I need to pull them all together and start putting them on the show. If you could do that as a jingle for us, then we'll get it and we'll bang it on.
Yeah, sounds great, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, can someone do that then? Can you say, this is Payola? Who's going to do it?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it.
Right, what I want you to do is do an ID for us, an artist drop. Can you say, this is Payola, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio, and we'll make it into a jingle?
This is Payola, you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to let you get on with your evening. Thanks for chatting to us. Keep in touch with Janice. Let us know any gigs you're doing or any albums you're releasing or tracks you're releasing, and we'll get you on the show and we'll chat about you again. But it's been great. Is there anything I've not asked you before I let you go? Is there anything you want to get out there?
Just one thing, we've got a gig announcement that we confirmed today, so we thought it'd be quite nice to drop it on here if that's all right. So after our gig in April at the Waiting Room, we're playing 93 Feet East, Brick Lane in Aldgate, London, on Friday the 16th of May. So it should be a top night down there. So that'll be released on all our socials soon. Iconic venue, everyone's played there, Libertines, all sorts. So, it's another iconic venue to stick on the list as well. So, buzzing about that, and we had that confirmed today.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm glad I asked you that before I let you go, because that would have been remiss of me for not letting you go. But it's been great chatting to you, lads. Wish you all the success in the world. Keep plugging away, and we're looking forward to listening to your latest track when it comes out.
No, cheers for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Cheers for having us, Kirk. Really appreciate it. Cheers, man.
Yeah,
Take
no
care.
worries, mate. Anytime. Just come back whenever. It's not a one-hit thing, you know, you can come again.